Hi, welcome to Papa's Workshop. Today in the beginner series, we're going to talk about 3 different topics, and we're going to keep this on a budget. We're going to talk about the disc sanders that you can use, the dust control in your shop, and of course, a workbench. So let's get started. Now the first type of air cleaner that I have is one that was shop made. In this I used an old furnace blower that I got free, and it does have the 3 speeds, high, medium, and low. Quite frankly, I use the medium and the low more than anything else. Now you can see that this filter needs to be changed, but I wanted to pull this out a little bit so you can see that I actually have 2 filters in here. And these are just the regular filters that are 20 by 20, but I also take filters that are larger and cut them down. You can see those are 20 by 30, and I just cut them down. One of the absolute simplest ways to be able to clean the air in the shop is nothing more than using a simple box fan that you can pick up for around $18, $19 at any of the big box stores. And then grab you a filter. This filter is actually too large. This is a 24 by 24 filter. All you really need is a 2020, but the key to this is this just simply goes right up there and you're done. You now have a filtration system. There's a lot of different sanders that are on the market today. And one of the things that you have to decide, if you only have to choose one to be able to stay on a budget, which one do you want? And if you look around, probably the Palm Sanders is going to be one of your best choices. Now I've had this Craftsman sander for absolutely probably 20 years or more. It still works great. And I also have an inexpensive one from Harbor Freight, and it works good. One of the things that you want to be able to consider whenever that you are sanding, you want to be able to attach the vacuum hose. And this one just slides in perfectly, and that's what you want to be able to do because that's going to collect a lot of the dust. In addition to that, if you have the little box fan next to you to be able to capture any extra dust, that works great too. Now this is a finishing sander. And this one does not have dust collection. And again, this is a very, very old sander, but this is great for sanding very fine work. This goes back and forth as well as the orbital. The other sander that I want to show you is a belt sander, and this is from Ryobi. And this works really great when you need to remove a lot of material fast. And again, the hose just slips right in and you can capture most of the dust that way. But again, keep that box fan near with the filter on it and you're going to capture even more. This sander from Palm Sander from Harbor Freight had an adapter that this hose would not fit into, so I just simply made my own adapter that slips on, and then the hose would slide onto it, and that works very well. So if I had to choose just one out of all of these sanders, I would probably go with the Palm Sander, because that does the most everything that I need. And then my second choice on sanders would be the belt sander. And there's a lot of different manufacturers out there, and I'm not telling you which manufacturer to go with, because you can see I've got a variety. But certainly a Palm sander would be my first choice, followed by the belt sander for my choice number 2. I went to one of the local big box stores to look at the prices, and you can see a wide range of the Palm sanders, and the prices, quite frankly, are all in the same type of ballpark. Now I'm going to put a link in the description below for an affiliate link where you can obtain a very good palm sander and a belt sander if you choose to be able to shop the internet through Amazon. If you choose to go to the big box stores, this is going to be the type of variety that you're going to be able to find. And again, it's very similar pricing. And what I'm doing is looking for an inexpensive alternative to be able to keep you on a budget while you build your shop. I certainly appreciate the support if you choose to use the link below. The next thing I want to talk about is the workbench itself. The workbench is going to be a key tool, and I'm going to use that term loosely. It is a tool in the shop, and it gets used an awful lot. And this is kind of the center point of my entire shop. Now, one of the things that I want to say is that I've seen a lot of different videos and people talking about the workbenches, and everybody has a different solution for the top. Well, the simplest top that I have found is this. This is a solid core wood slab door, and it's good and solid. It's extremely flat, and it has lasted already many years in the shop, and you can tell from the wear and tear. As far as the base, this one's made out of 2x6s, but you could just as easily make it out of 2x4s, and it's very simple construction. And the other thing that I want to point out is the tabletop is not secured to the base. And all I have is just two vertical 2x6s with the cross member. I also have a member here that runs across to be able to support this piece that runs all the way down to the other end. Very simple construction. That way I can have the screws that would go into here that ties into this part, and I can also put screws in the end here to support it so it's very strong. Just to be able to finish it off, of course, I have the piece that runs across here. This piece actually was going to be used so that I could screw it down to the top, down to this, but that's not necessary. I have never found a need to really be able to secure this top. Now again, this doesn't have to be made out of 2x6s. Mine was made out of 2x6s only because I had a bunch of 2x6s and I wanted to use them. Again, at the big box store, I went ahead and priced some of these, and the 36-inch wide door was the $69. And these are in perfect shape. And what you want to do is look for the ones that are scratched, dented, and messed up a little bit, because you'll be able to save some money. Now, in the 32-inch size, see, they're a little over $60. Same thing. These were all in really good shape. But being a solid core door gives you the strength that you need. So that's actually less expensive than some of the solutions that I've seen where they just buy plywood and put layers of plywood together. Now, while I was looking around, guess what? I found a slab door that was damaged. You can see the ends on it where it was scraped and scratched, and you can see the scratches there. That's what you're looking for, and even in worse shape is okay. And I'm sure that somebody found this and they probably got a great deal on it. Now, if you're not going to do a lot of heavy work on your bench, doing a hollow core door would be okay. And you can see the price point on that is down to a little over $31 for the 24-inch wide. And so you're looking at about half the price going with the hollow core. And here's one that you can see that was damaged quite a bit. So always look for this when you're in there. You can save some money. One thing that I would suggest too is make sure that you have a nice overhang. If I was going to build this again, I would make this base smaller and make a larger overhang here so I can put clamps on it. Because being able to have clamps here to hold down your workpiece is a huge advantage. Now on this particular workbench, I do not have it on wheels. Every other workbench in my shop has wheels on it. For my CNC machine, I made a workbench that's basically 4 foot by 4 foot. And of course I have wheels on this one. But I made this with a column just out of regular 3/4 inch plywood. And then this is a 3/4 inch piece at the top and the bottom. And that's just screwed in with pocket hole screws to be able to hold it. And this has held up extremely well. The base on this one is just 3/4 inch MDF, and that has worked extremely well supporting my CNC machine for the last 3 years. My other workbench that holds the sanders, because I have the desktop type sanders on here and a little small scroll saw, and I did the same thing. This is the solid core exterior door, and I built this actually even simpler. For the design of this workbench, I just simply used 2 vertical pieces of the plywood nailed together, and then for the cross members I just screwed those pieces in, and to support the wheels it's just a small base to be able to hold the wheel itself. And again, this is probably the simplest design, but it has worked extremely well and I've had no problems whatsoever. So again, this does not have to be complicated to be able to work effectively, and that gives you several different designs to consider when building your own. Hi everyone, thank you for watching my video today. If you like the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the little bell next to it so you'll be notified on the different videos that I upload. Also check out the videos over here to be able to stay up to date on the happenings in my shop. So again, thank you for watching my videos.